Hi, my name is Emily York, and this is my presentation for my community service event that I did, focusing on pregnancy resources for Sandpoint. In my presentation, I will be covering what it looks like in my local area when having a baby, whether it's at home or nearby hospitals. We have about a 30-minute commute in either direction. So it's a little bit different since our hospital closed. The reason I chose this was our local hospital recently closed their labor and delivery unit, and that kind of rocked the community. Moms, if in need of any kind of antenatal or postpartum care, emergency or routine, have to travel a minimum of 30 minutes to find care, leaving many wondering what options we actually have in the area, and that does come up in a lot of our consults and prenatal appointments. These are my flyers that I had created to promote my event. So the plan was to do one on November 19th and the other one this past Sunday on December 1st. These are the handouts that I have to have at the events, and I currently have them posted at our birth center as well. So just a couple resources. There's so many in our area, expanding above and beyond our small town. These are pictures of my event on the 19th, just our community space, the way I had things displayed, and of course the treats. Some issues I ran into: not a lot of people showed up. We had one mom show up, but I had a lot of people talking about it on social media. But the other issue is a lot of our social media groups are very controlled with rules and regulations on when we can post things and how often. And so it was only letting me post it once a week. I would try to have conversations on the posts just to keep it up in the algorithm. And then we did do some promoting around town, and I also notified my local midwives as well, to have them talk to people. And then the space I was using was our birth center. So the event that I had planned for this past Sunday, I did have to cancel because of a baby happening at that time. So, but as far as I know, nobody showed up anyhow. So, some feedback. When I first got to the first event, when it first started, one of our doulas was there. She's also our birth assistant. And the mama that did show up came in, and we were able to have a great conversation about free birth. She was considering doing a free birth, being the fact that our first baby was delivered in the car, and by herself, because they were on the way to the birth center. And she wanted to know our opinions about it, and we both come from different backgrounds, my birth assistant and myself. And so it was a really great conversation. In the end, she decided it's definitely not a good fit for her. And so it was a great conversation, though. She had questions. She had a different understanding of what free birth was, and what a doula's role was versus a midwife's role. And so we were able to kind of brainstorm with her ideas on doing a home birth, and maybe not making the drive, but still being able to have the midwife that she was wanting. And then the other outcome was being able to discuss with other birth workers and healthcare providers that did show up. There was about 6 of us there, just talking about what our community needs and where we're lacking. Shout out to a few places: our birth center, my doula and birth assistant Clark, and Michaela, she's our lactation consultant, and Heather for baking amazing cookies, and my resources, and then my costs that were involved.